Certain words are frequently used, yet when you stop and inquire what they imply, most people don't appear to understand. Codependent is one of them. They're so codependent, we might say about our parents when they start arguing, again, over trivial matters. The buddy who can't seem to break up with her unfaithful boyfriend is dubbed codependent. As is the friend who continues to bring wine home to her alcoholic husband, refusing to recognize he has a problem. Is codependent a catch-all term for everybody in an unstable relationship? Is it necessarily a bad thing to rely on someone? There is nothing intrinsically wrong with being dependent. We all rely on one another to meet our wants. How else are you expected to do it? This conduct is often ingrained in childhood and appears frequently in families impacted by addiction or mental illness. Children in these houses learn early on that they cannot rely on their parents to provide them with what they require. They frequently take on the role of caretaker in an attempt to keep the peace in a chaotic home. So, what do we call the totally natural and healthy neediness that drives us to seek out partnerships in the first place and feel so good when it's returned? That is, interdependence, which is distinct from codependence. Interdependence denotes a healthy dependency, one that does not involve ignoring your own needs, attempting to manipulate others, or making yourself unhappy in order to make someone else happy. Two individuals lean so heavily on one another that both are thrown off balance. According to the definition of codependent union, the relationship is only reciprocal in the sense that it allows both individuals to avoid confronting their deepest fears and self-doubts. This leaves both couples feeling alone, inadequate, insecure, and unworthy. Here are 16 unappealing symptoms that you and your partner are codependent. 1. You seem to have a knack for choosing the wrong person. Do you frequently fall for fixer-uppers? Do you recognize the permanently unemployed, alcoholics, and people suffering from untreated depression? Codependents like working on a project. They are drawn to needy partners who they believe they can help and who appear to be reliant on them. 2. You struggle with low self-esteem. People who don't feel good about themselves frequently believe that unless they make themselves indispensable, no one will adore them. To compensate for their low self-esteem, they give excessively and never pause to consider whether they, too, deserve to have their needs satisfied. 3. You think about your partner all the time. It's natural to have thoughts about your partner throughout the day. But it's not good if you can't concentrate on anything else because you're incessantly rereading your texts, wondering whether he'll call, and mentally repeating your previous conversation. 4. When your partner is upset, you're even more so. If something is going on with your relationship, it will drive you insane. He might be moderately annoyed, but you're completely out of your mind, discussing your partner's problem with your pals as if it were your own. There is a distinction between being concerned about your partner's sentiments and taking them on yourself. 5. You don't have a lot of interests outside of your relationship. Everything else fell by the wayside when you began dating your boyfriend. Friends, hobbies, and your weekly girls' night out aren't as important as your relationship. You cancel things to keep your nights open for him, even if you don't have any commitments. 6. Your friends marvel at your ability to handle a crisis. You're the go-to person when everything goes wrong. You appear to perform better in crisis mode than in normal life. 7. You always have an answer for everything. You take satisfaction in knowing what to do and how to help others. If you make a mistake, it's never your fault, so you never feel the need to apologize. 8. You have a hard time opening up to people. Others find it simple to open up to you since you have such a warm and loving attitude. And, while they may believe they know you, you're actually keeping them at a safe distance, hesitant to let folks get too near. 9. You feel unhappy a lot of the time and you don't know why. Taking care of others while doing little to take care of yourself has a cost. 10. You're secretly afraid no one really loves or needs you. You worry that no matter how much energy you expend trying to make everyone happy and meet everyone's demands, people don't love you and don't need you. 11. You have a habit of keeping secrets and fudging the truth. Telling the complete truth frequently makes others unhappy and leads to confrontation, and conflict scares you. To avoid it, you stretch the facts and maintain secrets you're worried may hurt people. 12. You rarely think about what you want. How can you know what you want when you're preoccupied with what your partner, family, and everyone else wants? 13. You don't ask for help. You enjoy assisting others but are hesitant to ask for assistance yourself. You've learned the hard way that relying on people is a lousy idea. 14. You know exactly what's wrong with everyone else. In 12-step recovery programs, it said, "Let it begin with me." But you'd rather let it begin with someone else, and you know just where they should begin. You have wonderful plans to improve the lives of others. 15. Making life decisions sends you into a panic. While you are willing to advise others what they should do, you become hesitant. If not immobilized, when it comes to making decisions about your own life. You're afraid of making the wrong decision since you don't know what you want. 16. You give until you can't give anymore. When your cup is empty, it truly is empty. You're giving, kind, loving, understanding, and patient, until you snap. You grow resentful and angry, which leads to feelings of guilt. You eventually withdraw since you don't know how to solve things. If any of the above describe you, there is still hope and aid for you. Seeing a therapist is a good place to start, and if you have a family history of drinking or addiction, going to an Al-Anon meeting can also be beneficial. People might still need you and you can still need them. All you have to do is change your codependence into interdependence.